Are you having problems with your quail? Stop laying eggs, or maybe haven't even started yet when they're 10 weeks old? That's what we're going to discuss in today's video, why it happens and what you can do about it. Hey there, my name's Chris and welcome back to another Slightly Redneck video. I'm here to answer your quail questions today. I had two viewers come up with questions on quail laying eggs, or I should say not laying eggs, so I figured that was a good topic to go ahead and cover in this week's update. I had Keith Willis, who said that he has eggs, or has birds that are about 10 weeks old and they haven't started laying eggs yet, wants to know if I can help him figure out why. And I also had Gail Stegall, I think I'm pronouncing that right, hopefully, who said that her quail just suddenly stopped laying eggs and wants to know why and what she can do about that. So let's get into that. Several reasons why your quail may have stopped laying eggs all of a sudden. It could be anything from just the change in the seasons. The days are getting a little bit shorter. Quail need about 16 hours of light a day in order to lay eggs on a regular basis. So if you're not providing them with some artificial light, the days getting a little bit shorter, that can definitely hamper the egg production. Another thing that might be happening is your quail may be getting stressed out. If you've recently moved them, got them to a new place, for example, these birds right behind me, these are my jumbo quail that I just picked up about a week ago. They laid a couple of eggs the first day I got them, and then they've just pretty much shut down and they haven't started back up yet. And I find that usually after a stressful event like a move, a big change in the cage or anything like that, it's going to take them about probably 2 weeks to get going again and start laying eggs again. I haven't got an egg out of them in the last week and a half, so any day now they should start picking that back up. Another thing that might be happening is predators coming and terrorizing. That could be anything from, a hawk attack. I had hawks come and terrorize my birds one day for a couple of days, and they stopped laying eggs for about a week and a half to 2 weeks, and then they picked back up once the hawk left. It could be a cat, neighborhood cats in the area coming up and terrorizing the birds at night, an owl in the area at night, raccoons, anything like that could be coming up and bothering your birds at night. That stresses them out and that gets them to stop laying eggs. So there's a couple of ideas there. One other thing that you might look for is if your birds are molting. So let's take a look here. Let me open up this hutch here and see if I can catch one of these birds here. Right there, you are molting, aren't you? Oh, okay. Shh. There we go. See if I can show this. You can see, maybe you can see on the back of the bird here, missing a lot of feathers. It's because the bird's molting. There's several reasons it could cause it. Nobody really knows exactly why birds molt, but during a molt they tend to stop laying eggs because they're putting their energy production into growing new feathers. Let's put you back in there so you quit freaking out. That's okay. Okay, and finally, quail need a high protein diet in order to lay on a regular basis. So that needs to be over 22-23% protein, somewhere around in there. If you're not feeding them high enough protein, you can supplement that with things like mealworms is probably the easiest to go by. Crickets, any of those kinds of things that will up the protein level of the feed a little bit, and that should get them laying again as well. Now, as far as new birds, young birds at 10 weeks old, not laying eggs yet, most of the time birds start laying around the 6 to 8 week range, but there's genetic differences in birds. So it could be that just the genetics of those birds that you've got, they don't start laying eggs until they're about 10 to 12 weeks old. It could be any number of things that I've already mentioned about, something bothering them, they're stressed out, they're not getting high enough protein in their feed. Any of those things could cause it. The best advice I have for you on that is just be patient. In fact, there's not really much you can do when a quail either stops laying eggs or hasn't started laying eggs yet. Up the protein level of the food if you need to, add some artificial light to give them 16 hours of light a day, and other than that, just be patient. I find that it takes about a week and a half to 2 weeks for them to get on an egg laying cycle whenever you've made some kind of change to them. I also find that whenever I have butchered older birds, that they've got several eggs inside of them that are stored up and waiting to lay. So sometimes when you move a bird, it'll go ahead and lay for a couple of days, but then it stops laying, stops producing eggs, and it's going to, again, take them about a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that, to go ahead and start laying again. So hopefully that helps out a little bit on that. So that's about it for this video. If you like this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Comment down below and let me know what questions you have, what you'd like to see addressed in a future video, and I'll do my best to get those addressed. So thank you all for watching, and as always, God bless.